Hi, my name is Keegan Miller, and this is my Week 4 assignment 2 for Professor Akers' class, Cultural Diversity in Law Enforcement. And this is the problem-solving issue of should hate be a crime? The discussion of whether hate should be designated a crime is a tough one. Naturally, there are arguments for or against it being set as a crime. Also, there begs the question of it enhancing hate to the status of being criminal. Does it even reduce the likelihood of someone committing said crime? Through exploring the answer to that question, providing arguments for and against hate as a crime, it will be more evident whether hate should be a crime in specific instances as it is now in the United States. The argument for hate as a crime is a rather strong one. All hate crimes are the result of racial, religious, or sexual orientation-based discrimination. Because the Constitution seeks to provide equal protection from discrimination for all people, hate being made a crime when it is influenced by discrimination is a natural conclusion. Additionally, hate crimes made up 10,528 victims last year in 2020, with 333 of those being targeted because of one or more bias. This isn't an eye-popping statistic. However, without the designation of these crimes as hate crimes, 10,528 people could have been hurt emotionally or mentally impacted in a negative way or worse as a result of these events, and they would not have been labeled as crimes, at least not for the reason of hate or discrimination. The argument against hate as a crime revolves around the issue of freedom of speech protected by the First Amendment. Just as the Constitution seeks to provide equal protection under the law, it also seeks to ensure that all people are free to say or write what they please unless it's overly obscene. Just because speech may be obscene or distasteful does not mean the government has the right to overrule and shut down such types of speech. In cases like R.A.V. versus the City of St. Paul, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the defendant that his acts were covered by the First Amendment and that the hate crimes did not apply. The other issue at hand is that it is not as likely to deter someone from committing a crime because of a possible enhancement. I am sure that it does deter some people, but it does not deter them to the same degree that other crimes with higher penalties do, leading credence to the idea that by adding hate as a crime does nothing more than place an offender in prison for longer. Finally, State of Wisconsin versus Todd Mitchell dealt with hate crimes. Unlike an R.A.V. versus the City of St. Paul case, this one decided that the defendant was guilty because the issue at hand did not deal with a possible violation of the First Amendment. Instead, it dealt with the issue of discrimination, and the Supreme Court felt that although a defendant's abstract beliefs, however obnoxious to most people, may not be taken into consideration by a sentencing judge. While hate crime enhancements may not necessarily deter possible offenders in the same way as other penalties might, they still help to prevent widespread discrimination, and offenders who act discriminatorily from being able to get lesser sentences. This demonstrates the importance of hate crimes and why they should continue to be in place. Thank you.